Good morning. It is day 21. I made it. And what I mean by that is they say it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. So if you've been following along, I gave myself a challenge of 30 vlogs in 30 days. So I'm going to post a vlog every single day for the next 30 days. And today is officially day 21. So I feel like it's gotten easier. Maybe it's becoming a habit now. Just having this conversation with you right now, I feel a little bit more confident in my abilities to speak. I still think too far ahead, and then words start coming out as I'm thinking them, so it sounds jumbled and I end up like mumbling, but it's stuff that I'm working through, figuring it out, learning. But you know, that's just who I am. So we drove by this spot right here every single day that we've been on vacation. This kind of this road right here that leads up into the ski area or the lodge where we're staying. And there's just like this beautiful spot. There's a little table out here behind me. There's like this waterfall, little stream coming alongside here. And I thought, man, I'm gonna go over there. Like, I just kept seeing it and I'm thinking like, I want to do a vlog there. I have to get it done. It's just so peaceful and it just looked like the perfect setting. So here I am, day 21. Just gonna do a little reflection on the weekend, or I call it the weekend, but I'll say the vacation. It's been much needed. So there's a few changes going on in my life right now. We're transitioning gyms. That's always tough, you know, because it is community based. So every time that you build a relationship with these friends and these communities, and then you move to a different gym, it makes it really hard because you have to start all over, reestablish like those friendships, the connections. So that's been going on. And then coming out here, we decided that we're just gonna take it easy, you know, not have a plan, just come out here and have a basic idea of what we're gonna do. And man, that has been so refreshing. I have my stress level, I feel like just went way down just because I don't have any expectations. I'm not expecting things to go a certain way. I'm not overhyping things where, you know, I might be excited about it and really like pumping it up to the family, and then we get there and it's underwhelming, and then I feel like I take that all on because I made that decision. So none of that's happened. It's just like, yeah, what do you want to do? Let's check it out. And that's been like really good for me. Like, I think what I want to start doing now is I want to start kind of just seeing how that works out for me on day-to-day basis. Just, you know, when we don't have a schedule, when I'm not at work, and when we don't have like specific things to do, I'm just gonna let it be. Let it ride out. I think vlogging has helped me personally because I see things, and then having the camera every day, like especially the Action 5 here, I'm able to like document it, catch it, see things how through my eyes, kind of how I see things, how I imagine things. I'm able to document it here and then just record it. So let's see, some more reflection. If this is your first time seeing this video or this channel, I've been starting this vlogging journey mainly for my grandson. So being out here, he's able to experience the proposal. He could see kind of like where I'm at in my life as a 44-year-old man with a grandson. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to come out here because last week they took a vacation to Tennessee with the other side of their family. So they went to Tennessee. But this journey for me has been fun because I get to share these experiences with my grandson. He gets to look back and reflect on this and see. He's gonna have some memories of me, but his kids, depending on when he has kids, their kids especially, are not going to remember who I am, or they just wouldn't know, possibly. But having this documented, they're able to look into it and kind of see the person that I was, and a little bit of family history, and give a background of like who their great grandparents are. So I think that's cool. Like, I wish I had that. It would be so cool to have that. Like, as you get older, you start caring more about history and things like that. When you're a kid, none of that matters, but one day they'll appreciate it. While I was out here too, I also started thinking, you know, like, we're driving through the mountains here in Durango, and it's just huge mountains. And I started reflecting, you know, last night, thinking how insignificant we are as a species, and more specifically about self, right? Like, I think I have all these problems and all these things, like, is the end of the world for me, or you might be having some issues in your life where you think like, this is it, like, this, you just can't handle it, or whatever feelings that you're having. This world, if you think about it, and I was thinking about this last night, and we had a conversation with Matthew and the kids about just that point of how insignificant we are. And what I mean by that is that if you think about where we're at right now in the mountains of Durango, and I'm looking around, and it's beautiful and how massive it is. And then you go to like a much larger scale, you pull back a little bit, and you realize that we are just a speck on this earth. And there was a podcast, I don't remember the guy's name, he has something to do with astrology, I'm not 100% sure, but he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and what he said was, it was a fun fact, if you got the earth and you squeeze it down to the size of a cue ball on a pool table, the cue ball, that the earth would be more smooth than a cue ball would to your hand. And I started thinking about that, and I'm like, how is that even possible? You know, we have the huge mountains, these mountains here, all these ridges and valleys and mountains, like, how could it possibly be that smooth? And then he explained that a cue ball, if you actually look into a microscope, that you'll actually see the same things, peaks and valleys in there. And then he said again, if you have the earth and you squeeze it down to the same size of that ball, that the earth would be more smooth than that cue ball. And so I explained that to the kids, and like, it was like, wow, like, really? Like, yeah, so if you think about that, so like, now you're thinking about like the earth being like that smooth, like how massive earth is. And then you look at the sun and you see that it's just, the sun has the planets behind it in the universe, or the solar system. And then that star is just one of the hundreds of thousands of stars that you see in the sky. So out there is other galaxies. So we got a little bit like deep in that sense, and thinking like our problems are really like nothing. We're so insignificant to what this universe is and holds, and like how nature just keeps growing and moving, and people keep growing and moving, and we all think that we have problems that are worse than everybody else's. But really, like, do we really have that many problems? I think it's just all in our head about how we perceive the problems. And then, so that thought kind of steamrolled into like other ideas, or other thoughts. And I was thinking like how important friends and family, and at our core, like what is truly important to us and what matters, you know, like going to work, doing all that stuff, the stresses of life, like that really doesn't matter when you have like that family. And I think that being out here with family, Anna's family, was like the perfect time to propose. And I started thinking about it, and you know, after dinner there was like a slight blowout with Anna. She was really upset with the kids. They were being I don't even know the word, just pouty. They wanted to keep doing more and more. So she got in, and this was the first time where like I didn't feed off that energy, and I just was just like, I was just happy. I mean, even though there was some arguments, it was just, I was just like, man, this is nothing. Like, what are we even like complaining about, you know? And then that prompted the whole like talking about how insignificant we are to the kids, which I thought it was cool. It was receptive. We ended up having a good night, finishing it off pretty nice. So that was my little reflection for today. We have travel day today. Don't have my watch. Anna's upstairs, or up. She's actually in that little lodge area there. But even now, like typically when we go, just being out here and reconnecting with nature and just getting like that hard reset, like I could see a change in her, because like normally it would be like, we gotta go. She wanted to leave by 8. It's already, we're probably not gonna leave till like 9. But she's up there saying like, hey, like I'm not gonna rush it. We're just gonna wait to wake up the kids. Some earth there. She's gonna wait to wake up the kids. She wanted me to come down here. She knew that I wanted to pick this spot to talk to you. So when we get back up, we're just gonna pack up, get ready, nice easy drive down, just enjoy the views and realize that all the hustle and bustle really is just that, hustle and bustle. And like, for what? You know, like what makes you happy? And whatever makes you happy, pursue that. If it's doing these vlogs, hop on there, hit record, document your life, good and bad, and realize that you're just feeling that way at the moment, and just move on. Highly recommend getting out to nature and just taking off your socks, shoes, grounding, and just reflecting on life and what it really is. It's beautiful. I'm stoked. About to move into like another chapter of my life as officially married. We don't have any dates or anything on that, but guess it's gonna happen now. It's go time. All right. Well, get out there, hit record. Today just gonna be me sitting here with you, nature, just a little reflection. All right. I will see you tomorrow. I think I'm just gonna make it really simple today. Travel day. See you tomorrow.